Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. Today we're talking Sex in the City, the first movie. This is part two. So if you didn't listen to part one, go back and listen, and we'll pick back up with the movie and talk about some behind the scenes stuff. You guys, I found out some interesting stuff this time. I'm very excited to share. But let's get into the movie. Check out my merch, link below. I got Midnight Toast, Justice for Steve. It's a load of pants. Or find me on Patreon. It's patreon.com/Real Housewives Recaps. So the last part we left off on, Carrie and Big had just picked out that beautiful apartment. He promised her a nice closet. She was telling Miranda and Charlotte about it. And you guys, that's where the episode picks up. And it's my favorite. We get to see Samantha. They all scream. Carrie says, "Hey, Hollywood." And they all give big hugs. And they talk about the rare occasions that brought women together. It's just so nice to see Kim Cattrall again. I miss you, Samantha. Okay, so Samantha's on her screen. I love it. I'm so excited. Before we keep going, I have to talk outfits. So, Samantha, I'm not a yellow person. She looks stunning. She can pull off any color. Not fair. I'm jealous. Let's talk about Carrie's outfit, you guys. I thought this was just a simple dress, like it's fine. I'm not really a floral pattern kind of person, but, whatever. On a side note, she has her hair pulled back here, and I actually find it very elegant. This is a complaint I have on Just Like That. They pull her hair back so tight. It drives me crazy. It gives me a headache. But here, I can get on board with this. I think she looks really pretty. I like the little drop earrings. So it's just interesting to see the difference there. But let's talk this outfit. So again, we're just kind of seeing the top part here. But let me just show you what we're dealing with because yikes. Sorry about the grainy picture. It's the only one I could find. But I just wanted you to be able to see from head to toe what we're dealing with. So again, I think the neckline is very elegant. I'm not into this print personally, but I understand why some people would be if you're into florals. You guys, look at this. So if it was just a simple dress, I might be okay with this. It's a little Jetsons for me. But you guys, it just keeps on. It becomes a skirt under that. And that, was it a bubble hem, I believe? Something like that. I'm not into that. I know she's teensy, but anybody with any, build to them, any curve to them, whatever, it's not going to look great. I just don't think. So I'm just not a fan of this look. I had to point it out. I'm all about the fashions, and this was not it for me. So Samantha has decided to take the girls to this auction. Now this is where things get interesting. Blair Elkin was a waitress, model turned actress turned billionaire's girlfriend. She found herself unceremoniously dumped. So her revenge? She's going to sell all the jewelry he gave her. Let me tell you what's really going on because it's fascinating. So Blair Elkin is a nod to Ellen Barkin, who right around this time was unceremoniously dumped by her billionaire husband. And as an act of revenge, she wanted to embarrass him. She decided to sell all of her jewelry publicly. This jewelry that she sold, you guys, it fetched over $20 million. So I remember hearing this story. I found this website, a jewelry website that kind of talks about it a little bit more in depth, and I just found it so fascinating. So here's the ring that Samantha, of course, ends up bidding $50,000 on. She didn't get it. We'll talk about what happened there. But what really happened in real life, again, Ellen Barkin, she had this huge auction. Her ring actually went for over $400,000. It was $486,000 to be exact. Now, this jewelry website posted a picture of it, and here you go. This is the actual ring designed. It was a Parisian jeweler, that made this piece. Can you believe it? It's huge. So again, in the movie, we pick up with them actually going to this auction. They're taking a look at all the items, and this is where Samantha tells us about this ring that she's very interested in. She calls it her baby. She says the flower ring is the essence of her. It's one of a kind, filled with fire. So we see her ogling it, and it's cool. I mean, it's just, I found that backstory very interesting to know where the idea came from. So the bidding starts out at $10,000 and quickly moves up. We get to $40,000 and Samantha's getting reluctant to bid. There's somebody bidding for somebody on the phone. They reach they reach 50 and Samantha says 50 effing thousand. So she draws the line at 50. Once it goes up over 50, she quits bidding. Charlotte says, I thought this would be fun, but it's just kind of sad. So they run into this lady in the bathroom. The lady in the bathroom was kind of weird, huh? She kind of had a weird voice. I know, I wanted to talk about voices, but she did. I just found it kind of a strange scene. So basically, this is what the friend is saying is, my friend didn't listen. The guy she was with had been married 3 times before. I told her something like this would happen. She came home one night and she had been locked out after 10 years together. She was such a smart girl until she fell in love. So when this is said, Carrie makes eyes in the mirror at Miranda. Remember, Miranda was telling her, girl, you need to lock this down. You need to make sure that you're taken care of because you're not married to Big. And again, I find it also fascinating. This was when Miranda had, some reason to her. Now that's all gone. So she's making eyes in the mirror like, oh God, I should really be thinking about this. This is, definitely something worth paying attention to. You can tell it just nags at her that she should be thinking about these things. So we see her with Big. They're at his apartment. They haven't quite moved into the new apartment yet. They are waiting for the closet to be redone. And she talks about wanting to sell her apartment. And she wants us to make a life together, but she's scared because it's his place, not their place. And if anything were to happen, she says she has to be smart because she has no legal rights. And he says, well, do you want to get married? And she said, I didn't think that was an option. And he says, well, I wouldn't mind being married to you. Would you mind being married to me? And she asks if that's what he wants. And he says he wants her. So, okay, they make this deal. I guess that's their proposal. It's actually kind of a romantic scene. And I kind of love that that's how that went down. That seems like a big thing. That's how he would talk about these things. So, I don't know. It didn't bother me at all. I thought it was pretty cool. So Carrie says, so we're really getting married? And he says, should we get you a diamond? And she says, nope, just get me a really big closet. So that's a very Carrie thing to say. Again, one of the reasons I kind of love the scene and just to see them, at home with their private life. This is what I was looking for in Just Like Us. I wanted to see what it was like for them to be married because they've always been kind of a rocky relationship. So I'd kind of like to see things, smooth out for them. The next day we see Carrie at lunch with Miranda and Charlotte. She's telling them the other night, Big and I were talking about our future and what makes sense, and well, we decided to get married. Well, as soon as she says that, Charlotte absolutely pulls a Charlotte move and screams, which I kind of love. Everybody's looking, and she says, I'm so sorry. This is my friend. She just got engaged. She's been, with her guy for 10 years. They've been going out for 10 years. So after this, Carrie ends up calling Samantha. So we get more Samantha on our screen, and anytime that happens, it's a good time. We see Samantha and Carrie saying, I made a decision. I hope you'll be happy about it. And Samantha says, oh, honey, you finally got Botox. And Carrie's like, no. And Samantha keeps talking about Botox, saying, I'm telling you, Carrie, you're going to love it. And Carrie says, last week I started thinking about my options, and, well, Big and I decided to get married. Samantha says, well, that's really great. And Carrie points out, why were you more excited about the Botox? And Samantha says, I don't believe in marriage. Botox, I believe in. It works every time. And she says, honey, I gotta go. We can catch up when I'm in town next week. And that's how that's how this episode's ending. That's where we're at in the movie. Such a good scene. Such a Samantha response to it. I love it. I don't know. All of it. I just love it. It's so fun to talk about. I love the behind the scenes stuff. And how crazy was that about Ellen Barkin? I remember that happening. But to see the ring and to hear the details, woo, a lot to that. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed this recap. It was so much fun to record. We'll keep going with this movie. We'll get through movie 1 and we'll go into movie 2. I'm excited about all of that. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will talk to you again very soon. Take care and stay healthy. Bye-bye.